Hello, everyone, and welcome to our third and final season of our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Chronicle, Blood on the Grand Strand. This is episode 5, Danse Macabre. Let's meet our unforgettable vampires, starting with the glorious return of Laura.
Hi, folks. LauraTutu or LauraTutu. I am playing Victoria, the gangrel.
Hello, I am Hitsu. I play Astrid, the Tremere.
Hey, I'm Josh, and I'm playing Hunter, the Ravenous.
Hi, I'm Harry. I am playing Galen, the Salubri.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm playing Anthony. I just, for some reason, forgot my name for a second.
I had a moment like that too when I was introducing myself.
Difficult to keep these things apart.
Happens to the best of us. Well, as we all know, Anthony is not the only character you play in this chronicle. As always, this is a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. So if you all are ready, let's head back to the beach and let's continue our vampire story. Death is the great leveler, the ultimate equalizer. It does not heed the trappings of wealth, the adornments of power, or the accolades of fame. And in its exorable march, it dissolves the illusions of privilege and strips away the facades of hierarchy. It is fitting then that the Grand Strand coterie seek to bring about the death of the Prince of the Camarilla, Dean Preston. Inadvertently, of course, but intended all the same. They have learned that his loosening grasp on power has driven him arguably mad, and that the prince seeks to bind a lupine to himself in order to bring the Grand Strand to heel, restore order to the chaos, and mold the city to his vision. The Anarchs have made a deal with a local lupine named Jan, who has offered neutrality towards the kindred of the Grand Strand if Dean Preston is delivered to him. Jan has also offered his services personally, should they bring him Alex, the Blood Witch he lays the original blame upon. But the Anarch scheming was interrupted when they got word that a statue of the Egyptian god Set was dropped onto the rubble of Club Karma. Upon investigating, they learned that not only were all their names etched into its surface, but a scroll the statue was holding was confiscated by the kindred corrupted police of Myrtle Beach. Stella went to retrieve it, but now Stella has become unreachable. We begin our scene with you, Victoria. Tonight, you left Pirate's Voyage with your new child, Caden, and the few remaining Thin Bloods who were still strong enough to walk. You hunted together as a group, taught Caden what it means to be kindred, as much as you could, obviously, in this short time period. You two are walking now along the strip on your way back to Pirate's Voyage. The Thin Bloods took a detour to get snacks and drinks, things that you both no longer need to think about. And right now, Caden has his biotic arm, one that you've seen him use before to replace the arm that he lost, and it doesn't work anymore. He keeps trying to attach it, keeps trying to get the machinery to recognize the nerves in his arm, and it won't, and he's pretty frustrated about it. I mean, I guess it's because I'm dead, right? That this won't work anymore.
Yes, that would be correct. There's nothing to attach to anymore.
Crow's gonna kill me. My friend at the university who made this for me, I thought it would be better if I got my friend to make it as opposed to going to the hospital and trying to explain how I lost an arm, but I'm fine.
I imagine there's something we can do, something we can work out with your new on life. As it were, it might just take some time.
Yeah, I've seen Anthony and Stella do some weird things, but I don't know how permanent it is.
If anyone can figure it out, it's them.
How are you doing, Miss Victoria, since that's what I'm supposed to call you?
I wish you wouldn't. Victoria is fine, but...
You have to give me some level of decorum. I need to keep something.
If you must... I will be well.
I noticed you didn't seem to know the Thin Bloods that we were with. They tried talking to you, and you saw pleasantries, but something was missing. Are you all right?
There are consequences for my choice to stay here, and I am just now learning the depth of them.
That sounds very, very cryptic.
As you age as kindred, you may encounter something known as the beckoning. There are different ideas of what it is, why it happens, but it's a pull. Something that tells me that I need to leave, that I need to travel to the east, and I am not ready to go. There's too much work to do.
But you will go.
I don't have a choice. If I do not, what you saw with the Thin Bloods, I'm afraid it is only the beginning.
So is that why you did this? Why you agreed to this? Because you knew that you wouldn't be there to guide me?
Maybe.
So I don't have to look at your guilty conscience every night.
I do not regret what I did. You wanted to protect the people that you care about, and there is honor in that. I understand that. It is just difficult to know what I have taken from you.
With his good hand, he takes yours. I don't regret asking. I do regret that Hunter didn't do this for me sooner.
That is going to be a conversation, hopefully a civil one, but this is a serious faux pas.
Hunter can be civil when he wants to be. I don't think he'll want to be civil about this. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think he really liked me.
Well, how could he not?
That's what I said. As you two walk down the strip, you notice there's a lot of commotion going on. You're coming close to the wreckage of Club Karma, where you yourself planted a bomb to give Kananti a taste of his own medicine underneath Club Karma, where it exploded. And you see that there's lots of cops around, there's tape around, and as you peer farther, you see undeniably, as it is such an uncommon sight here in Myrtle Beach, you see Galen's powder blue Prius parked just halfway down the road, slightly away from everything. So it's very likely that he's here.
I'll watch the scene for a little bit, but then I will casually make my way over to the powder blue Prius.
And as you pass by the commotion and pass to the Prius, you can make me a wits and awareness to see if you see them, and if you do not, we will move back over to the coterie and see if they see you.
That is 4 successes.
4 successes is enough. You absolutely see Anthony, Astrid, and Galen all standing in the center of where this area is taped off. They are beyond the tape, and they're looking at what looks like a statue. And you do see one other person. 4 dice, please. Notice it's 4 this time, and not 5. We are on a countdown, Miss Victoria.
1 success.
1 success is all I was looking for Hunter. Takes a moment. You don't recognize immediately the person standing with them. Tall and lean muscle, very handsome. And then the blurriness sharpens, and you see that it is Hunter Poirot, the owner of Pirate's Voyage, Caden's former employer, former master, as he was his ghoul, and probably not the person you were hoping to talk to so soon.
Especially not with so many people around.
Mm-hmm. Whether you decide to approach them or not is up to you.
I'm going to look at my new child. How do you say rip the Band-Aid off?
He notices Hunter as well. Oh, sweet God.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope we don't have to get into a brawl, because I kind of think I could take him. I feel real strong.
Nope. No. That will definitely not help the situation, so no. Let's keep that... No. I will approach. I will keep myself in front of Caden.
Do you approach beyond the tape, or do you just stand on the edges of the tape where the police are cordoning off the area?
Yeah, I'll stand off to the edge, sort of partially in shadow, so we don't look super obvious.
All right. So we'll leave that there for now. Move back to the coterie. You all are standing around the statue where you see that where Astrid and Galen has seen that everyone's names are written on the statue, with Galen's especially around the genitalia. And I need everyone to roll me wits and awareness. Anthony, not you. Right now you are attempting to get a hold of Stella, and you can't. You know Stella went to the police station. You know she got the scroll, and she was supposed to come here and meet you, and she didn't, and she's not answering her phone. So you're trying to text her, get in touch with her, so we'll leave that for now. So Hunter and Galen, you're staring at the statue. You're wondering, okay, what the hell are we supposed to do about this? Do we leave it here? Do we let the police handle this? Do we, go buck wild and try and throw it into the ocean? What are we doing here? And Astrid, you turn around to see if anyone is getting kind of suspicious that a bunch of people who aren't dressed like detectives or look like detectives are looking at this statue beyond the police tape. And you see Victoria and Caden standing off to the corner behind the tape.
I pretend not to see them.
Kitsu wonders why it was her.
But I do turn to... I kind of just go as if I'm hugging Hunter with one arm around the waist, behind his waist, just kind of hold as I'm looking at the statue, and I go you wanted to speak with Victoria about Caden, didn't you?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Because they are standing in the shadows behind us. A little farther away on the left.
Maybe we should string them up as giant statues and write horrible things all over them.
How about a conversation first, maybe?
I don't think I want to talk to Caden.
All right. I just figured I would let you know.
So what is the game plan? Do you leave the area? Or do you expect Victoria to approach you?
I am going to turn around and look them directly. But that's all I'm going to do.
It is not a challenge that you see. It is not pride. It is not gloating. It is the look of someone who knows they have potentially fucked up and understands that there is a conversation that needs to be had about it. So, Hunter, I will meet your gaze. I will nod once and nod off to a side alley.
Do I look calm?
Does he?
I don't know.
Character question, does he?
By the barest definition.
I would say taking a few breaths would help, but not our forte.
Hmm.
Should we come with you?
I would like you nearby, if you don't mind.
Of course. Do we tell Anthony and Galen?
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of Anthony, so you've tried Stella's phone several times, no one's picked up. This last time, someone picks up, but it's not Stella. It's a man's voice. Good evening.
Who am I talking to?
Not anyone who wishes to give their name over such unsecure means. If you're looking for the owner of this phone, I suggest you meet me at the police station. There's no rush, of course. I have all night.
I hang up the phone.
Hmm?
I turn to the others. Do I notice that there's certain tension in the air?
Yes.
Do I spot the source of this tension as well?
No. Victoria has dipped, but you do see Caden. So you can maybe assume Victoria is near.
Well, that's their problem. Frankly, I don't want to be involved. I'll move to the cars.
So, Hunter, Astrid, and you inform Galen, I assume?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I know what side he's going to be on, though.
All of you...
I'm going to follow just so that nobody gets murdered.
Sure. Galen's so good at stopping people from getting murdered.
Yeah,
so,
yep.
so we're all going to head to the alley. Caden looks at you, Hunter, but doesn't say anything. He looks... hard look to interpret. He looks maybe scared, sorrowful, but also stalwart. But he doesn't say anything. And Victoria, you're alone in the alley. Hunter appears with his coterie flanking him, of course, including your paramour, Galen.
Victoria.
Hunter.
I've always got something to say, so maybe you should start. Otherwise, we will be here all evening.
I owe you an apology for not making contact first. I will, however, I will not claim regret for what I did.
You are annoyingly reasonable.
I think it comes with age.
And here's my bone to pick with that. When you are gone, who do you expect to train your child? What path do you think you have set him on? And really, what place do you see for him in this city?
I'll look between the coterie, those who are present at least. Look at what you have established. What you are building. How could this not be a place for him? I understand that he is not of your clan. But I would hope that any I hesitate to say affection, but fine, affection that you would have had for Caden would remain.
I've had a little time to think about it. And though I am still murderously angry, you are right. I am not Caden's master. I am not his employer. I am not his sire. I am not anything, but I can be a friend. He's made that very clear. So I assume no responsibility for him.
I can understand that. You were not given a choice.
Victoria, I can't even begin to imagine the hardships, the wisdom, all of the things that you have accrued over your many, many years. And I don't know, is this the legacy you want to leave behind? The things that you have achieved and have still yet to achieve are difficult to surmount for most, and seem distant for you now.
Galen, have you already explained what is happening to me?
Yes, I believe I have.
And that is why I'm asking.
Galen has promise. I'm sure you have seen it. He has always had promise. With a strong coterie at his back, even without his sire, I believe he could flourish. He was spectacular in that fight. And when it comes down to it, ancient and eternal as we are, we will someday return to dust, and our legacies with them. I have no right to ask anything of you. I understand that. All I would ask is that you help him keep learning. I think he could be indispensable. I will stay for as long as I can, as long as it will let me, but sooner or later, I will have to obey, or I will lose everything.
I can't deny that you've done a lot for me, so I would be impolite to refuse. Caden?
Caden, who did not follow into the alley and sort of stayed sheepishly where he was left by Victoria, pops his head around. Hunter.
You have your choice. There are two options ahead of you. You can either be my friend or you can be my ward. You cannot be both.
I'd like to be your friend, Mr. Perot. I've always considered you a friend. And I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I don't regret that it was Victoria. He walks over to her and takes her hand again, and he looks at her. I will always remember what you told me, that if I am in trouble in the Camarilla domain, I will recite my lineage. You, Diego Lencho, Justicar Xavier.
Good.
You're free, Caden. Make good use of it.
My freedom, Mr. Piro. I will always be there to help you. It was never really about money. It was never really about prestige of being your manager. I just wanted to be around you. You are a presence, a light, an enigma. Who wouldn't want to be in your orbit? And that is something I will always want. But I understand if you do not.
While I valued your professional services, your good sense of humor and your timeliness in almost every sense were always the reason that I preferred to have you than anyone else at my side. I will ask for you to refrain from talking to me for a little while.
I can respect that.
Thank you. Okay. Drama over. We have more important things to deal with than my feelings.
Caden kisses you on both cheeks, Victoria. Gonna go back to Pirate's Voyage, make sure all the Thin Bloods are safe, and protect them should any harm come our way.
Yes. Keep in touch. If something happens, if something changes, you find me.
I will.
Be safe, Nicole.
All of you notice that Anthony is no longer with you. You still have a statue there to deal with. You know that Stella had the scroll, as Anthony told you, but she didn't come here, and he's gone now. And Astrid, your phone rings.
I fish for it.
Mm-hmm. It is from unknown caller.
I take a glance at the others before I put it to speaker.
So you do pick it up.
Yes. Hello?
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Who is this?
A mutual friend. A friend of your father's.
Okay.
Would you please meet me at the Myrtle Beach police station? I have a very important invitation to give you.
I see. When were you thinking of making this meeting take place?
Well, I do have all night, but unfortunately, the occasion for the invitation does not. And I do not think that either of us want to make your father disappointed in us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, turn it off. I'm pretty sure they meant Dean. Just which is worse?
That's fine. We gotta get him anyway.
Mm-hmm. That sounded like a trap.
Oh, of course it is.
That sounds like a trap.
Invitation.
Either he needs me for his ritual, or he needs leverage over you guys.
Hunter receives a text.
Huh? I read the text.
The text says, going to the police station, getting Stella.
It appears Anthony has disappeared at the same place because his child is there. We should probably go and support him and spring this trap.
Right.
I think I look marginally confused about traps and getting people and Dean, but all right.
I'll fill you in. Why don't you ride with us?
Well, unfortunately, you and Hunter walked to the area. Victoria walked to the area. Anthony came in his Ford F-150, which he left with, so that leaves everyone gets to ride in the Prius because Galen brought his Prius. So Galen...
No, I changed my mind.
File in, everybody.
Death, Laura.
You guys are gonna have to sit on each other's laps. There's only
well, no, you can. It's fine. 4 people is fine. So Galen driving, Victoria passenger, and Hunter and Astrid can squeeze together in the back. It's like a double date. Very cute. And
is Caden not coming with us?
No, Caden's heading back to Pirate's Voyage, just in case someone walks in there with a bomb.
It's okay.
I mean, what are the chances of that happening? That's never happened before.
What?
50-50, probably.
Be a little bit higher. So,
right?
yeah. So all of you squeeze into the Prius. If there's anything any of you would like to discuss on the drive there, you can do it so now, and then we will move our scene over to Anne.
I just wanted to refresh on what our original trapping Dean was.
Your original trapping of Dean was to get Stella to tell him to go somewhere, as he was supposedly one of her potential candidates for sheriff, and then you're all gonna jump him.
Oh, at the airport.
At the airfield, yes.
Airfield, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Cool.
Astrid, I think there's some information that they need to be filled in on.
So, the long and short of it is that he is trying, by he I mean Dean, is trying to get, he's losing power of Myrtle Beach, and he's trying to compensate with that by having, getting essentially a lupine tied to him. He's attempted this before. It did not go well. It killed the lupine he attempted to do it with. Plus, it made another one go mad. And that another one
is actually the face that I'm making.
And I suppose I don't even know where to go from there. Honestly, it's been we need to make sure that he doesn't attempt this again. For our safety and for our kind safety. Let's just say it this way. Did I miss anything? She looks at Hunter. Would you add anything to that? Galen?
No, I think you got it.
Fun. Great.
So potential Mad Prince. what
Not
I'm hearing.
potential. Definite Mad Prince.
Mierda. All right. I'm trying to think if I've dealt with worse, but I'm honestly not sure.
I mean, we could always
all
roll
right.
for it, Victoria.
I hate you.
Roll me 4 dice.
No.
It's a fun mechanic,
Three
Josh,
successes.
that I came up with for if Victoria tries to remember something or people. And the dice pool gets smaller every time we play.
Well, 3 successes.
3 successes. Yes. What was worse than this? Dealing with a singular Mad Prince is not exactly fun for anyone involved, but it is not so catastrophic as the Sabbat invasion of the East Coast in 1999. That was a little extreme.
It's going to be more widespread than, Oh. Okay, no, it could be worse. It could be a full Sabbat invasion, but all right.
Whether you've dealt with werewolves? Very likely not.
Yeah, did we mention that we have a deal with the werewolves to deliver them Dean? That's kind of the important bit, isn't it?
That's part of the aftermath, yeah.
Oh. Undead or just dead?
I think
I
probably.
don't think
Yeah, I don't know. As long as there's evidence that we can hand over, I don't know. I'd prefer to hand them over alive because that
Okay.
entertains me more.
Fair enough. But if worse comes to worse and things get violent, they won't be mad if we just hand over his head
or his ashes.
or his ashes.
You know what? I think we'll be fine.
Always fine with this coterie.
Mm-hmm.
Move over to Anthony. You've arrived at the police station. I assume you didn't take your time driving. I assume you didn't pay attention that much to speed limits and things like that. And
No, certainly not.
how do you enter the police station? Do you enter through the front where the public would enter, or do you look for a back entrance?
I will, That's a good question.
I know.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with a civilian just entering the police station.
Mhm.
Have a look around. I spent some time in the car just slightly modifying myself to look a little less like myself.
Mhm.
Do I need to roll a
You need to roll me Rouse checks for that.
Of course.
As many as you're moving around, I need Rouse checks.
Just one, I think, would be enough. That's a success, I believe. Still at 0 hunger.
It's very impressive, Anthony. Should show Galen a few tricks.
Well, first of all, stop bleeding out of your eye. That's the first one.
That does remind me. Laura, would you please roll me a rouse check to see how hungry, if Victoria is any hungrier this evening? Since we did not do that before.
That is a success.
Okay. So you've moved some attributes around, Anthony, and you're attempting to go through the front door. Any
Yes.
other preparations you'd like to make?
Do I have any old speeding tickets lying around in the car? Anything like that?
Let's leave it up to chance. Don't know if Anthony is a daredevil speeder. You do not.
No. That's
I
unfortunate.
rolled a skull. You do not.
Alright, well... Wait, hold on. There's been a lot of people dying recently, so especially people I don't really care for. So keep forgetting the name of my touchstone.
Oh, Amber.
Oh, wasn't oh no, I meant the thin blood bartender.
Oh, Frankie.
Frankie, yes, of course.
You knew him as a thin blood drug dealer long before you knew him as a thin blood bartender.
That's true. Frankie's for certain dead, so asking about him and his disappearance isn't going to arouse too much suspicion. So I have an alibi, I have a reason to be here. I'll go inside.
We love a well-prepared dragon. So you enter into the police station. There is no one at the front desk. It is completely empty, as far as you can tell.
I don't like that. It's very late, of course, but I don't like that there's no one here. Just, I don't, of course, have any kind of enhanced senses, so I'm sitting duck as it is.
Have I caused you all to be so nervous entering into a new location in my games?
Possibly. I don't think Sense the Beast would allow me to sense if anyone is here.
No, absolutely
No.
roll me Sense the Beast.
Oh, of course. And here we go. That is 2 successes.
Yes, you can sense that, you definitely sense that there is a kindred in this building. With 2 successes, you definitely sense one very strong, powerful presence in this building.
Only 1.
With only 2, it's not a critical success, correct?
No, of course.
No, with 2 successes, you definitely sense this very powerful being.
It would overshadow any less.
I would say so, yes.
Kindred, certainly. Let's hope that is the case. And I will sit down and wait for someone to come to the counter.
All right. So you take a seat. You look around. What's an awareness for me?
Yes, of course.
With 4 successes, you notice that there are 2 cameras here, and they are not traditional cameras. They look hyper-modern compared to the sort of podunk police department that you're sitting in. And as you sit here, someone comes through the back door. A lumbering gentleman is how you would describe him. He has a greenish gray tint to his skin. He's extremely emaciated, it looks like. And he just looks at you, points, and makes this gesture very slowly. The skin around his finger is all dehydrated and dry.
Of course. Of course. Well, I know who the police departments are working under, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Just a reminder, Storyteller, did I put both grenades in my stomach last time and I used one of them?
You did put both of the grenades in your stomach. However, you slept since then. And I'm not going to let grenades stay in your stomach over that time period. I think any sort of flesh crafting like that would end. So you would have woken up with them having worked their way out, just sitting beside you. If you would like to say that retroactively that you stuck them back into your stomach at that time, you can make me that roll one more time.
I would have liked to do that.
I will allow it.
I will make a rouse check for that, or is it a flesh crafting check?
Well, for a flesh crafting check, it's a rouse check, and then rolling. Is protein and resolve?
Yes, then I become a little bit hungrier.
Yes, you do. No longer at 0 hunger. So fleeting.
Unfortunate. But I did roll 1, 2.
2 successes.
2 successes. It's just a 1 grade, of course. The one I believe I used, the red gas.
You did not.
I did not.
Sawyer threw a Molotov cocktail made out of their own blood.
That's what happened, of course. Well, then I had those grenades in my stomach. It was the red gas and the...
with 2 successes, I would say you stuck 1 in there. So you may pick one.
I will pick the phosphorus grenade.
Okay. The, Willy Pete's or whatever they're called?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you head back to the gentleman beckoning you this way. You lead to what looks like an interrogation room. That's where he leads you. He's very slow, and he smells absolutely horrific. He opens a room As I said, interrogation room. Points for you to go inside. He's wearing sunglasses. You can't see his eyes.
I'll go inside.
And inside this room, see a very short, thin, completely hairless man. He's dressed quite sharply. He's got a blue suit with a matching tie and a white starched shirt. And very bright blue eyes that match his suit. And he turns and you see he's on the phone. And he sees you and he gets off the phone. Well, good evening.
Good evening.
You called on Stella's phone.
I'm glad to hear that you know her name. Where is she?
I sent her along to Elysium. She is a member of the Camarilla. Azaria Duran's ward, as far as I was aware.
Of course.
She knows better than to have a cell phone. That is not allowed.
Of course not. The tower wouldn't allow those kind of security breaches.
Well, not for the average kindred.
She's young, still learning.
Yes, that is what I told her. And then I sent her along. Why were you trying to get in touch with her, if I may ask?
She was one of the people who last saw the man I'm looking for.
Okay. I unfortunately am not a detective, unless the man you're looking for is of the Knight persuasion.
I would say somewhere in between. Frankie, thin blood, drug dealer.
I could honestly care less about the Thin Bloods. You might want to try with the Anarchs.
I'll do that then. I turn to leave.
But, if you're looking to speak to other kindred in the Grand Strand, there is an Elysium being held tonight.
I see. Is it Prince Dean gathering his friends?
Sure.
It's an interesting way of answering that question.
Correct.
I'm going to assume that this is not on Prince Dean's initiative then.
No.
Then I will, if you excuse me, continue to assume that there are forces outside of this small podunk city that have been noticing certain things about Prince Dean that has been causing a bit of a stir.
Correct.
You're not from around here. It's a pretty easy thing to deduce.
Is that a question or a statement?
Statement.
All right.
But it's interesting. I wasn't aware that the Hikata were not connected to the Camarilla.
They run the circulatory system for the Camarilla.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Would you like an invitation to the Elysium?
Would you be very upset if I didn't go?
Would I be very upset if you didn't go? Is that, are you making a joke?
Yes.
Okay. Hunter, Victoria, Galen, and Astrid, you arrive in the Prius. So adorable. You see Anthony's car is here, so he is still here. How would you like to enter the building?
We will equip our strongest weapons.
Victoria?
Good idea going into a police station. Yeah.
I could make a comment. I'm not going to make a comment.
I was also holding back.
Yep.
So, Victoria, turn into a giant panther or something else horrific and go in there.
That's a different gangrel.
No, I'm pretty sure Victoria has metamorphosis.
Could you do an owlbear?
Yeah.
Okay, I will. We're going to have feral weapons on deck just to be safe.
Ross check. Does anyone else, besides mundane weapons of guns or knives or anything like that, does anyone equip themselves supernaturally or preternaturally in any way?
Does Sense the Unseen require a rouse check?
No.
Good, then I will just have that active. That's it.
Sure.
I'm just going to have a big old gun.
Okay.
That is
I'll
a
also have a
housing success.
firearm in my...
A hand cannon, if you will. What about you, Astrid?
Just a gun, just a gun.
Okay.
Just for now, anyway.
All right. So all of you approach. Do you enter from the front or do you look for an entry around the back?
If we're armed and this is a
around.
police station, the back is the best bet.
All right.
Should
So
I
there-
just go from the front alone?
You certainly can.
I'm asking them.
Oh.
I'm just like, would you want me to go from the front alone, I suppose?
Do you think you'll be safe?
I don't know. I don't know what they want with me, but
You know, maybe it's best you aren't seen with us.
fair enough. I'll, yeah. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. I know, then I start going. Oh, wait a little bit for them actually to go around first, and then
All right. So you head into the front of the police station. And we'll get right back to that. Around the back, towards where the dumpsters are, you do see a door that is obviously in use only for police officers. It has a pad on it that's for a keycard swipe. There are, of course, also windows. They do have bars on the windows. Great on the window, but that shouldn't be a problem for at least one of you. But it depends on how you want to actually enter.
Are we doing this carefully?
Maybe we should.
Definitely we should.
I'm pointing to the keypad. Someone else will need to handle that then. I will just break it.
I'm not very good with computers. I can try to pick a lock, maybe.
Somehow I have two
Got some
dots.
points in larceny.
You have two. Who has 2 dots in larceny?
Oh.
You have 2 dots in
I do.
larceny for real?
Yes.
You never know when you need it, man.
So both of you have dots in larceny. All right.
Yeah.
Whoever has the higher wits and larceny. Who has the highest?
5.
Mine would be 4. So
Okay.
Take it
So
away.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Hunter, roll me wits larceny. Give yourself 1 extra dice. If you want to rouse as well to increase your attribute, you can. And let's see if you can reset this keypad so that the door will just open. I had no idea anyone took any dots in larceny.
That is 6 successes.
God damn.
I will do
Woo!
a rouse check because I did add. Where's the button for that? Boop. Okay, I'm good.
Ah, and you didn't get any hungrier. Amazing. So with 6 successes, so Victoria, you're looking at the bars, you're like, well, I can rip these off real easy, no problem. But that's going to be like loud and everyone's going to know. And Hunter, you go over to the keypad and you just like, okay, well, I think I used to have one of these in Pirate's Voyage and I got sick of it. And, I just reset it so that, just to mess with Caden because I got sick of having to, remember my stuff all the time just to get to where I want to go. And You type a few things in there and it resets. And you hear the door, the large metal door, click. It's very impressive. You'd had no idea that Hunter could basically be a thief.
Ladies first.
Carefully. I'll go, but I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm. So as you all enter, Astrid, you have entered in the front. You see nobody is here. You do hear people talking in the back, if you'd like to follow the voices, or you can just wait.
I wait for a couple of moments and wait for whoever is coming out to come out. At the station, at the front desk, assuming that whoever's talking, unless I can try to hear?
You don't have heightened senses, so no, you just hear muffled voices talking.
Okay. I rub at my forehead and just do Sense the Unseen real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm not sure where the cameras are, but I just want to check that someone isn't hiding in the room behind me or something like that.
There is no one hiding in this room.
Okay.
No ghosts in this room either.
Okay. I don't sense anything around me at the moment. Mm-hmm. Okay. I let it drop and wait a little longer.
All right. So, Hunter, Victoria, and Galen, you enter in. You enter in from the back. You also hear voices, but you're in the back of the room of the police station, where there are the interrogation rooms, the break room, the locker rooms, all those things back there, and you hear voices coming from one particular room.
I do have heightened senses, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you turn on heightened senses, you can hear Anthony in conversation with someone. The conversation doesn't seem to be threatening. It doesn't seem to be interesting. And doesn't seem to be warm in any way, but they seem to be having a very ordinary, maybe even they're having a stoic off or something.
I will make note of that to my compatriots, including the words stoic off. I don't think he's in any danger, but I don't know how long that's going to last.
Well, if he's not in danger now, us going in would certainly put him in danger.
Keep watch.
Keep watch.
Wanna wait outside? Let's just cover the door then.
Back inside the room. So if you don't want to go to an invitation to Elysium, is there anything else that I can help you with this evening? I am waiting for someone.
I was unaware I was keeping you busy. But,
That's not how I would phrase it, but as you like.
Well, I will then, as an apology for taking up your time, I will gladly take that invitation.
He pulls open his coat slightly, and in a blood red envelope, very small, hands it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will be on my way then.
Mm-hmm. You see the shuffling man walk past where you are. He's a zombie, so he's not going to notice. No, he's not going to notice you guys. You see the shambling man walk past the window and start heading back out to the entryway. And Astrid, you see what is very clearly a zombie come through the door. You haven't seen one before. Some of your coterie has, but you haven't. But it's very undeniable. And he bows. And he gestures for you to follow him.
He looks perturbed for a moment and then nods and goes after him.
And in this meeting place, a convergence is occurring. Or Anthony, as you are leaving the room, Astrid is approaching the room. Victoria, Galen, and Hunter, who are sort of hiding, covering the door, but sort of adjacent in the hallway, but watching, are all seeing all of your coterie converge in one place.
I don't believe do I recognize Anthony? Because he changed, right?
No, he just switched some attributes around, like make himself stronger or more dexterous.
However,
Oh, I got it.
Oh, no, I changed my face.
Oh, you did change your face. Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were using the vicissitude to make your strength higher or lower or whatever.
I was making sure that I wasn't my usual face.
Oh, okay.
I can roll vicissitude for that if you want me to.
No, it's fine.
All right.
That was my mistake.
Spotting Astrid, I will very quickly, with my hands, of course, at my side, do a gesture in our cryptolect. Talk later. Ignore me. Okay. I continue out.
So, Astrid, you enter the room. And this person you see, intelligence and politics, please.
Right away. Intelligence. Oh, I have no ranks in politics.
That doesn't seem right for a future prince.
Right, exactly, that was my point. Like, I don't know what they're thinking.
5, 4.
Let's go. Okay, that's 3 successes.
Oh, that's plenty.
One of them.
That's plenty.
And one of them, it's a critical success as well. So.
Yeah, but which one?
No,
you're fine. Okay, that's
You
plenty.
need 2 criticals for it
Yeah.
to be crit.
Oh, thanks. Sorry about that. All right, you got it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Can everyone roll me a dexterity stealth? Not Astrid or Anthony. When you enter the room, Astrid, you recognize who this person is. This is Corbett. You remember he came to visit the Grand Strand. He is a friend of your sire's or an acquaintance of your sire's. This was quite a long time ago. This was long before he was prince. And it's surprising to see him now because he was just stopped over to visit him on his way elsewhere. Your sire always described him as an atypical Toreador. And that is pretty much all you know about him. But he is a face that you recognize. 2, 1. Anyone get higher than 6? 4. I will give you a margin for that then. So as he greets you and he says, Astrid, it's very nice to see you again.
And you as well. You been well?
Did you bring friends with you?
Well, yes.
Would you like to invite them in?
Sure. The issue was I thought this was going to be a trap.
Why on earth would you think that, Astrid?
Things have been very tense around here. There would be those that would benefit from me being gone, I believe. And I study him very closely when I say this.
Mm-hmm. You can roll a wits and insight.
Let's see. Where is this? There we go.
You need to beat 5.
Straight.
Okay. He doesn't change his stance at all.
Damn it. Okay. I go back to the door and I motion for them to come in.
Mm-hmm.
We're all like hiding out in the corridor thinking no one can see us.
She's just like,
You all see her motion for you to come in. Anthony, do you attempt to reach out to your coterie at any point?
I will, once I'm outside, I will send a text to Hunter once again saying...
Well, once you get outside, you see that Galen's Prius is there.
All right, I will... Is it empty?
Yes. Now, maybe Astrid came by herself in his Prius. So you can try and text Hunter.
I will send a text to Hunter saying, Stella's safe. Where are you?
I reply quickly, just saying, we're here. Where you at?
I am wearing the same clothes, so even if I changed my appearance, it would be very obvious. Do I have a change of clothes in the car?
That's up. Do you have a change of clothes in the car?
Yes.
Let's leave it up to chance again. Come on.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't.
Nope. Let's see if Galen does.
Yeah, let's see.
There would be a spare lab coat in the Prius,
Yep.
almost definitely. If you
Okay,
want to be
so
the
there's a pair of khakis, a nice like button down, and a lab coat.
Okay. I go through another vicissitude session to look very different from how I currently look.
Yeah. Now this time you'll have to make the actual roll. So rouse check and protein and resolve. See how different you can make yourself look.
I get hungrier, and this is
This is not going well.
Just
I just wanted you guys to meet this guy. That's all, really.
That is,
That is a critical success. Yeah. Not a messy. Would you like to? How would you like to look? And yes, what?
Just another question. So hold on. Would Galen's clothes even fit Anthony?
He can make himself.
Okay.
It's a big, tiny, thin,
Yeah.
whatever he wants.
I will look like any dime a dozen sleazebag who hang out on the strip at way too late, way too drunk. And I will alter my vocal folds to speak like this.
I really hoped you would do like an impression of Galen. I really thought you'd be like
Galen is difficult to do an impression of, but I will try to speak like him a little bit.
Yeah, you just got to put on like the hint of the little bit of Brooklyn accent mixed in with the Connecticut.
Yeah, that's so easy for a European.
Yes. Maybe I'll just talk like Huddy for a little bit. I think that's gonna be good.
I have this image of Anthony in the parking lot going through all these different like, what do I want to sound like? I'm sorry, I'm dead.
That's perfectly fine. It's going to be very complicated. I'm going to talk like this. And I put on Galen's clothes and I head back inside.
I'm sorry. That's too funny.
It's
God.
horrible.
All right. So you get yourself all prepared and you head back in.
I do a little route around the neighborhood, just a quick one, so I don't come out in my own car.
Sure. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have you join in just a second. Astrid indicates to the rest of the coterie to come into the room. I assume you all don't start blasting unless you do.
Not yet.
Not yet. The night is young.
So all of you enter into the room. You see the man as I have described. Victoria, 4 dice. Hunter, intelligence and insight. I need to know if you know this person. Galen, sorry, no dice for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hunter does. And Victoria does. All right, so both of you recognize this person. Victoria, you probably haven't seen him in about maybe 50 plus years. You saw him at Elysium's a few times working as an Archon. He was always very pleasant, wasn't very showy for a Toreador. He always very kept to himself. He had his own eccentricities that were sort of like whatever, but he popped around a lot. He was never in one domain repeatedly. And as we've established, Hunter, you're a Ravnos, and you've traveled a lot for reasons of your Wanderlust and other things. And we also established that Hunter knows some things about werewolves because he has come into contact here and there with kindred who call themselves lupine hunters. Now, these lupine hunters, they never last very long. When you came through those domains again, they met the final death, except for one. a man named Corbett. He was sort of renowned as a lupine hunter. He was sort of a folk hero almost to these kindred, someone who they looked up to. And this is the man. And with 3 successes, you would also know his quirk. He shaves himself completely bare every night in order to stay odorless. He takes the act of hunting lupines very seriously.
Oh no.
Hell of a quirk there.
Yeah. There's lots to unpack here. I don't like any of it. So Hunter actually kind of holds back and lets everyone else go forward.
Corbett recognizes you, Victoria, immediately. Miss Warren, Archon Warren, still?
It's complicated.
All right. Well, it is very nice to see you. Astrid, you keep very powerful company.
I try.
He looks at you, Galen, and you. My name is Corbett, and you are?
Galen.
Well, that is a name I have heard, but I did not expect it to be attached to you. And I am not very easily surprised.
That tends to be the response I get.
I believe you. And he sees you, Hunter. I know you, do I not? By face, certainly.
We came by each other. Did not expect you to have survived your lupine hobby.
That makes sense.
Hunter.
Corbett. Astrid, I am here acting as sheriff to Prince Dean Preston. I am here to invite you to his Elysium he's holding tonight. It is impromptu, and it is expected that anyone within the Camarilla attends.
I see.
But it is also by invitation only. So I have been very busy tonight.
Thank you for making time. To deliver this invitation to me.
I didn't deliver it. You came here.
Well, to make time for me, I suppose. Thank you. This is an odd situation. Are you able to disclose as to how come this impromptu Elysium is being held?
Am I able to disclose it? I didn't ask. An impromptu Elysium is being held. I was instructed to hand out invitations to certain kindred, and that is what I am doing. I'm sorry, I cannot be more informative. He looks over at you, Victoria, but you know how princes are sometimes.
Well, has to we do. If the prince commanded.
Anthony, you enter back into the interrogation room at this time, looking completely different and in a lab coat. Corbett looks surprised to see you. Is this another one of your friends?
Yeah,
What?
sorry. I was out looking for parking. You wouldn't believe it. Being a police station, it's really hard to find some place to park. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. And I very subtly go, I'm sure there's a there's a...
Galen, Anthony's wearing your clothes.
Yeah, I figured out who this is by the fact that they're wearing the clothes out of the
I
back.
did the cryptolect. I'm sure we have a very shorthand sims for Anthony. For our
Oh, he didn't even need to do the crypto. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
But Cryptolect can simply be, you can be talking to Corbett and you can just be flipping your fingers around.
doing a lot of hand motions.
Fortunately, Victoria doesn't know the Cryptolect because
I think it's very funny.
So why are we meeting at the
Smelling like
police
an idiot in
station?
the middle of this whole thing.
Anyone knows why we're here?
Yes, if you would just settle down, it's okay. I'll handle this.
Sure. Jack Horner. I hold up my hand to the small bald man, hairless man.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling very bombarded by your energy.
Oh, sorry. I'll back down.
Well, thank you for the invitation. We shall accept. Yeah, thank you very much.
The invitation is as... Will all of your friends be attending this?
Lean over to the other. What invitation?
I would like them to. So, yes.
He looks over at Galen. Well, Elysium is a safe place. I cannot guarantee what will happen to anyone when they leave.
Yeah. I figured.
He pulls out of his coat several blood red envelopes and hands them off to each of you. Anthony, you already have one, but now you have two.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Lean over to Hunter. What invitation?
We are going to an Elysium party.
Oh.
Was there anything else?
I am instructed to give you the invitations.
Mm-hmm.
The location of the Elysium is in the invitation. Should you require something of me, I can answer what I can.
I see. Well, let me first say it's good to see you. It's been a while.
Yes, you have changed much, which is strange for our kind. Victoria has changed not at all since the last time I saw her 75 years ago, but you have changed significantly in less than a year.
I believe I learned things.
That's not what I mean, but all right.
What do you mean then?
He's talking about your hair.
I'm talking about your demeanor, your aura, the senses that you give off. It's very different. It's not bad, just different.
Thank you. I think it is a compliment.
All right.
Thank you. Well, were we curious about something? She kind of looks over to the others about this invitation.
Nope.
Suppose we will be pleasantly surprised, hopefully, upon coming soon to this Elysium or whatever. Maybe I open the envelope. Is it tonight?
It is tonight.
Oh, well, this is really... Well, I do hope we get some pleasant surprises. We do need them.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
He doesn't leave the room. He just sort of stares at all of you. Corbett is very strange in his demeanor, and this is something that both Victoria and Hunter would remember. You can't really get a read on him, and he doesn't emote anything vocally or body-wise. He remains very still, and eyes remain very calm. Everything about him, it doesn't matter what he's talking about, the voice remains at this strange level. It's unnerving to most mortals, likely, and probably most kindred.
You know what, in spite of being used to it, you don't really ever get used to it.
He's, he does his own thing. And really, that's probably for the best.
Yes, I would agree. Well, Astrid, it seems we have some preparations to make before tonight.
Does anyone open the invitation? The invitation.
I did.
All right. The invitation is an address. And you would know that this address is a dock off of Cherry Grove Beach.
This smells even more like a trap than the police station.
Are we outside the police station now?
You have all
Okay.
exited.
Sorry about that.
No, please. That was. You should do that more often, I feel.
Sure. It'll still look like this, of course. And nice clothes, Galen. I'll wash them before I give them back to you.
Don't worry about it.
Given current political circumstances, is anyone else worried that there is a werewolf hunter?
That is extremely concerning, yes. I think... dealing with Dean is now priority number... it was priority number 1 to begin with, but now it is even more so. There's a werewolf hunter out. This could turn into a shit show really fast.
It is worrying, but not surprising, because if he needs, and I say this in a crypto, if he needs a werewolf for his, he needs to catch a werewolf for his ritual.
Victoria doesn't speak the crypto.
Should we just go back in there and kill the werewolf hunter? I think that genuinely might not be a bad idea.
Oh my god.
I think it might be a little bit difficult.
That sounds messy.
Yeah, that's the one problem, really, because
He's
he's probably
also-
going to kill him sooner or later.
Josh is
He's
thinking
also
about
the
it.
acting
Josh
sheriff.
is thinking about it.
If he's the acting sheriff of Dean, that means that will be a declaration of war against Dean and his authorities.
We're
If
already
you're
going to kill Dean.
If you're ready to do that, then we can do that. But
We want to hurt their chances of this, correct?
Yeah.
he is very powerful.
It's very, very powerful.
Very
Yes,
difficult
I
to
think
read.
maybe not Hunter, but Victoria, you would. Kindred being powerful for you is a little bit different level, but Anthony, you would definitely know from the beast that you sensed. It's sort of like sensing Victoria's beast. You get the same kind of feeling.
I'm assuming he's not expecting to be attacked at the police station. On the other hand, it would be very strange to attack someone at the police station where there are security cameras and quite possibly a large cater of mortals ready to come to their master's aid should it be needed. There's a lot of unknowns in that station.
Yeah. That's a good point.
This is also a very strange location, if you want to talk about that. Ash just looks at the Elysium. I don't remember in all the Elysium has never been, and this is I'm asking the game master. The Elysium is usually held in like more, what's the word? Gala places, I suppose. This does feel unusual, correct?
Yeah, a dock is
Yes
an ambush.
and no.
Like,
You know that the Camarilla domain was exploded at Broadway at the beach, so those locations aren't available right now. So yes and no.
Have a really bad feeling. I can echo that. Is there anything else in the invitation that would jump at me? I suppose.
exactly is it? That's a good question.
Is there anything else in the invitation besides the address? Is that what you're asking? No.
Is it written in a standard way? Is there something odd about it? Nothing.
It's
Because we've
hand-
seen this before.
It's handwritten.
I hope. Do I recognize the handwriting?
You can try. Let's see, intelligence. I guess intelligence, I guess academics. You don't have a specialty in handwriting or anything like
that. Sorry, I'm making your life hell.
That's fine.
Academics, intelligence.
Making my life hell just makes me a better storyteller, is what I tell myself. I need everyone to make my life hell.
All right, that's 3 successes, I guess.
That's 4 successes.
4. Oh, that's right.
It's not Dean.
Have I seen this before? No.
The handwriting? No. Corbett could have written them.
Yeah, exactly. This, well, Dean didn't write this. This is not specifically relevant, but...
But would a prince write his own invitations?
Probably not. It depends how desperate he is, I suppose. So, no, it was probably Corbett that wrote him. Interesting. Okay.
We are going to have to confront him regardless. Looks like that it's going to be on his terms, but I don't know if we have a choice.
Yeah.
Provides the perfect place to set up the bait for him. I don't know.
There are many avenues open for you to extract Dean, if that is your goal. You don't know exactly what's going to happen to this Elysium. You don't know if the boat's going to be on the water, if it's going to stay at the dock. You don't know any of these things. But there are people that you could call, thin-blooded people and other kindred that you do know who could help you spring a trap. You do know, however, that Stella is at this Elysium. Whether that matters to the rest of you or not, it's irrelevant, but it matters to Anthony most likely. And should you do something that might get the Elysium fire on the water, that might be a bad thing. It should be noted that it's very unlikely Stella went to the Elysium of her own accord without checking in with Anthony. It's very likely that she was sent that way by Corbett. Whether that matters or not is up to you. But you could call Jan, tell him what's going on, tell him about the lupine hunters, tell him about Dean in the boat. You could call the Thin Bloods, have them set up something. There are many avenues open here for you. Or you could blow up the boat.
Yeah, how much leftover Semtex do we have from that thing
but
we did at the club?
I think that Hunter would know that Jan wouldn't be happy with a pile of ashes. He's a werewolf. He wants to tear into flesh and bone, not set up an urn.
Yeah, let's grab Dean at some other advantageous time. I think what I do want to do, and I let everyone know about this, is that I would like to let Jon know that we have discovered a very scary lupine hunter. Unless anyone objects, I'm going to do that.
All right. Do you call him or do you text him?
I text him.
Mm-hmm. What does the text say?
This is a friendly reminder. This is a friendly message to let you know we have discovered someone who is specialized in finding your kind.
All right. And that message is sent off. And we will stop here for a very quick break to see. And when we come back, we'll find out if the Coterie go to Elysium or if they scheme something else in the meantime. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Chronicle, Blood on the Grand Strand. This is episode 5, Danse Macabre. Last we left off our coterie, they received an invitation from a renowned lupine hunter, apparently the new sheriff of Myrtle Beach, to attend an impromptu Elysium at a dock, which means probably on a boat. The coterie discussed possible plans, and they came to certain conclusions that I'm sure Hunter will fill us in on. But before heading off to Elysium, Hunter decided to show off some of that sweet pirate gold that he has, and took everyone on a shopping spree so that they show up to Elysium the best dressed out of everyone. So I'd like everyone to go around and tell me including Hunter, what they think they would have purchased on someone else's dime. And we're going to start with Anthony. If you purchased anything at all, or if you just put your old clothes back on.
Anthony prefers suits, so that's exactly what he's going for. Subtle, doesn't stand out. Classic navy blue. I will go with a blue shirt just to make it a little bit different. But yeah, I'm not letting Hunter decide my clothes for me.
But you are letting him pay for them.
Yes, of course.
All right. Awesome.
Thank you, Hunter.
That's daddy to you, but okay.
And what about and what about you, Galen? Galen, do you pick out your own clothes? Do you let Hunter pick out your clothes, or do you let Victoria pick out your clothes?
Pick out my own clothes. I'm gonna delegate to either Victoria or Hunter, whoever has an idea for something that would be pretty. Either
Look at each other.
Yeah, both now. Okay, now so the Caden feud is over, and now it's this.
Now it's the who gets to dress the Salubri.
Or do you work together to construct?
I feel like we could tag team this.
I'll say that this is my attempt of like team building. Squash the beef by having them try to not make me look obviously like Galen.
Flashy, but not like Galen. We can do this.
I feel a safe bet would be black.
Yeah, and a nice straw hat. Not like a boater. I'm thinking nice ribbon. Essentially. Okay, never mind.
This is the face. I mean, we could still go for a hat. I'm not sure how I feel about straw.
Okay, no, he would wear a fedora. Something with a bigger brim.
All right. We can find something. We'll workshop it. Picturing poor Galen just standing there. Just...
Not that I know the names of hats, but sort of a fedora, but lower and with the wider brim. And a nice black tailored suit. Should we do all black? Should we do black silk shirt, silk tie, all black, or any pop of color in there?
Pinstripe.
Pinstripe.
But otherwise all black.
All right. And Galen, do you make any sort of a fuss? Do you say anything at all, or do you just stand there like they're a mannequin?
I am a blank slate. Put it on me.
All right. So Hunter and Victoria work in tandem to dress Galen. And what about you, Astrid? Astrid, in general, you dress very appropriately for Elysium, or do you pick anything out for yourself?
Well, she might have thought of a corset or something to tie together, like just a simple dress or something. But then she's thinking, if this boat is sinking, I'm not going to be able to swim in. Well, heels I can kick off. That's not a problem. But a corset? That's not happening. So in her former life surfer fashion, she tries to actually get a dress that's not very long, so as not to do any issues, preferably relatively form-fitting.
So like a bodycon dress?
Exactly. With sort of almost suit jacket over it.
So a blazer?
Exactly, yeah. Kind of a little longer, just in case. But
corporate goth club?
Yeah,
chic,
kind of. No corset, not too many jewelries. I mean, it is an impromptu thing. We don't have to. She does get shoes that are actually strapped to her legs at the ankle, though.
All right.
Just so it doesn't necessarily,
sort of
and not too high heels, even
sort
though
of
she's
gladiator sandal type of thing.
Yeah, kind of something that feels secure, almost sporty. Almost.
So sporty, corporate, gothic club wear.
Exactly.
What about you, Hunter? Do you pick anything out for yourself, or are you perfectly fine, or do you feel like you dress perfectly fine for Elysium?
He is considering not going in his best because they didn't invite him last time. But he suddenly comes around. So he is going with a kind of mix of nautical flash and suit. So it's like a really loose, flowy kind of suit jacket in a kind of eggshell and probably gold chains and a very small polo neck, but in that kind of cable, the kind that fishermen wear.
Yes. So sort of a deconstructed captain of a fishing boat, but also make it disco.
Yeah. Yes.
I gotcha.
And like the biggest, pointiest, clumpiest boots with like little metal bits on them. As well as a his usual bandana tied up behind his head with a very nice
Tricorn hat.
I'm thinking tricorn. And like just
The historical inaccuracy is killing Harry.
Yeah.
Killing
and
Harry.
like a little feather in it. A little
much.
feather.
Just a little, not a big feather.
A jaunty angle, and that'll be historically accurate.
Just a little feather, not a big feather.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have to ask you, are you wearing either your amulet that you got from your ancestor, or are you wearing your a vial of blood that you got from your sire?
I will be wearing both.
Understood. And Victoria. Now, Victoria doesn't dress anything like Astrid, as we established before. We established more peasant girl type of vibe with the Victoria. What do you think Victoria is wearing to Elysium?
I think I could find something that straddles the line, something that won't make me look completely outdated. And I think with the knowledge that we might need to make a quick getaway, there will be pants involved. So I'm thinking almost like a formal jumpsuit, something that standing still it looks like it's a gown, but you move and you realize
I love those.
Yeah, it's one of those. We're gonna go with black
With pockets.
with pockets.
And you're going to go with black. Oh, interesting color for Victoria.
It'll match Galen.
We need something to make the pinstripes match, though. So maybe a white necklace of some kind.
Yeah, I think that's agreeable. Or if there's any sort of like trim.
With like a white trim on the jumpsuit. That works. So everyone is all outfitted and ready. Only thing that we have left to do before Hunter goes over the plan one more time and coordinates with the Thin Bloods, is for Anthony to fix Galen's face. Galen has never been flesh crafted upon, so this will be interesting.
All right. Eleven, there's something you need to remember, that if you employ your powers to heal yourself from whatever damage your body has taken, there is a big risk that your face will reconstruct itself to how you used to look. Keep that in mind.
Well, try not to get hurt. I mean, that's the point of the...
Yes. Well, I'm afraid I can't do much about your eye, so keep that in mind as well. It will appear.
Fuck. Okay, I'll just... Okay.
I will allow you to sort of make a thin membrane of skin over it, but of course,
if I use a power, it'll just start to bubble up.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is not. It's sort of the same way with Nosferatu. This is not anything that is permanent. This is not anything that can look very natural. So you just have to do your best to look normal.
Yeah.
To use that parlance.
Who's your favorite movie actor?
Fuck, that's a good question.
Asking
You know what?
movie
I
buff
say-
that question.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. I don't know. A lot of, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go for make me look like Bruno Gans in fucking Werner Herzog's Nosferatu the Vampire.
Are
Let's.
you kidding me?
Yeah, why not?
It's a little bit on the nose, but sure, I'll do my best. You got a picture of him. It's been a while since I saw my Werner Herzog.
Make him look like Vanna Herzog.
Oh, that would be great.
Chicken has a incredibly stupid mind. There's nothing.
Sad beige children. Yeah.
Well, if I get a picture, I will do my best with vicissitude. And I do mean my best. So first of all, we will do a rouse check. That's another failure. I'm now at hunger 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Getting hungry.
Yes. Well, here's hoping. That is.
So what Galen's going to end up looking like. You get that membrane over his eye. You do that first, and then that sort of throws you off of the asymmetry of the face. And you're not super used to doing that. You're super used to doing it on yourself, but doing it on someone else's bone structure is very strange. And with 2 successes, Galen looks a little bit less than like a handsome movie actor, and a little bit more like an older man. His face is a little saggy. He looks a lot older. He looks maybe like he has some Bell's palsy going on, but he looks different for sure. Looks different.
Certainly doesn't look like Galen, and that's the point.
That's the point. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Just don't show Galen any mirrors, maybe.
My best work, yeah.
Look, if they don't recognize me, that's.
Don't talk too much. It's a little. Yeah.
All right. So you're all gathered around the Prius and the Ford F-150, which are the 2 cars you have available to you. And Hunter,
we haven't had the opportunity to stop by at Pirate's Voyage again, have we?
No. That would be a long way to go back around to get to the
I'll
dock.
just have to go hungry.
I would potentially suggest that we not take the Prius because it is very noticeable and very, very blue. And everyone knows that it belongs to Galen.
Anthony's car is also very, very blue, and it's a pickup truck.
Shit.
Sit in the back of the truck if you want. It's fine.
Shit.
What happened to my car?
I was gonna say, can we just get a car service here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just Uber.
Your car is at Pirate's Voyage, Astrid.
Just go Uber.
Damn. Okay, well, can we just get a taxi?
Let's get to. I think we should probably not take vehicles that are directly linked to people that are going to be killed the minute they step outside of Elysium.
I suggest we also possibly split up and get 2 cabs.
We're gonna do that. And get an Uber Black going.
That's all up to you, Hunter. You usually let Caden do this stuff, but now you got to do it yourself. So you get out your phone and you get on the app and you order 2 cabs.
Yep.
Do you order 2 Uber Blacks? Do you go ultra expensive?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
We're going to an Elysium. We're well dressed.
Mm-hmm. So you have some time to discuss some things if you'd like to.
Hunter would like to reiterate the plan that we've all developed, which is go with the flow, but our objective is to get Dean out of there, and ideally do it without blowing everyone up. I will have the Thin Bloods get my boat and maybe a dinghy as well, just in case things go really wrong. And that will be available for us to either escape with and hold Dean. There are places to hold people in there. Aside from that, we want to get Stella out. And we should invite anyone else. We have a spare invite. Anyone else want a friend to come? I don't know. But aside from that, does that sound like everything?
Still got those grenades in your gut, Anthony?
One of them. Phosphorus.
All right, then I think we're ready to go.
Anthony,
What about I say? Yes.
would you like to ask any of your coterie mates or kindred present for anything?
I'll be fine.
Okie dokie. The Uber Blacks arrive. Who's going in what group?
Well,
I probably need to stick with Galen.
Fair enough.
about me, Galen, and Victoria. Two lovebirds can go together.
I'll hang off the soon-to-be prince's arm.
Right. So you get in, give the drivers the address, or I suppose you already gave them the address when you got the Ubers to arrive, and off you go. Anthony, Victoria, and Galen, is there anything that you'd like to discuss in the car on the way? All right. Hunter and Astrid, anything you'd like to discuss on the way?
Just one tiny detail. I haven't told anyone but Anthony this, so I wanted to get your perspective as someone who knows that other Tremere. Was it Alex?
Yes. Yes, what about her?
Do you intend on helping Alex?
With her situation, you mean with her, with the wolf? I don't know that. I was going to let her do her own stuff. I believe we didn't exactly hit it off, and she hadn't asked. So, unless she does, I will leave her to her own business unless that business becomes my own. Because if she's trying to make some kind of blood ritual to, the wolf, then I'm kind of worried what kind it is and whether it has any similarities with the one that Dean is doing, because she did work very closely with him before. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. I suppose I'll just be straight with you. The wolves want her.
Oh.
So I would very much like for you to lure her to our meeting spot. When we have achieved a captive Dean, we can deliver both and get a favor from them in fighting Cananti.
Oh, I mean, are those the terms? What's going to happen to her, do you know?
Same thing that'll happen to Dean.
Oh,
They hold both of them responsible.
I'm not fond of this idea. But do you think they'll hold up their part of the bargain? Seriously help us against Cananti?
Specifically, Jan, the one I've been talking to, will owe me a favor that we can call in for whatever we want. Having a werewolf on our side will be a major advantage. So yes, I do. It was his niece that she hurt. And I don't think that she can fix it.
Well, if she can, then it's best she put her money where her mouth is, I suppose. I am okay with them sorting it out, if that makes sense. Let's just... Yeah. I think that's fair to them.
Yeah. Bring her. Let her meet Jan. If she can talk her way out of it, that's on her. But she may just die. I wouldn't tell her that.
I will have to keep that from the rest of the Camarilla.
Well,
Unless
they
I
don't
spin
like
it right.
her. They don't like her, do they?
They don't. I'll think of something.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. We're all gonna need it.
Thank you for telling me.
Thank you for listening. I give her a tiny little peck on the cheek.
You all pull into the dock at Cherry Grove Beach. This is one of the many docks here in the Grand Strand. Most of you have been to the Little River dock, which is where you went on the Sunrise Cruise on the casino boat not that long ago. But this is another dock. Waccamaw runs very long through the Grand Strand. And see that it is a small boat, nothing extraordinarily impressive, but it does have an interior and an exterior dock, or exterior to the ship. And the dock is short. It's got some fairy lights there. It doesn't look like, the Camarilla is recovering very well from what they have suffered. And it doesn't look like it's very extravagant at all. It's not a big party boat or anything like that. It looks fairly moderate. And you only see one person at the dock checking people in.
Is it anyone we know?
No.
I see. Well, step out of the car. Wait for the, actually, let's go aboard first before the others arrive. Less suspicious.
So you alone are heading over to the dock with your invitation?
I would assume that Victoria and Galen would follow.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So all three of you head to the dock. The person standing there is dressed very much like a security personnel and has an earpiece. Says, invitations, please. He takes them one by one, doesn't check them or anything, puts them into his pocket, indicating perhaps that he's not expecting that many. And he says, have a wonderful time.
Thank you. We go on board.
Mm-hmm. Astrid and Hunter, you make your way over there. Invitations, please. And to Astrid, he nods his head. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you. You as well. And can I try to read whether there's something nefarious? But he knows. I would doubt he would, but I'm just skeptical. And I would like to know whether he suspects something weird is going to happen, or something big, or something unexpected.
What's an insight?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oddly enough, not my strong point. One success.
Doesn't give anything away if he does.
Fair enough. I go. I lead Hunter along.
Storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
As we step onto the boat, can I get a feel for the vibe? Is there a vibe check that I could potentially roll for? I'm real nervous.
Why don't you tell me exactly what vibe you're looking for, and I will let you roll a vibe check.
Hostility? Or is anyone paying a little too much attention to us?
As you all enter onto the boat, well, you can roll me either wits investigation or wits awareness, whichever is higher for you. Everyone can roll that, actually. Wits, awareness, wits, investigation, whichever is higher.
Surprisingly, what's in it? I'm not used to playing someone with a lot of dots in the mentals, so this is weird for me.
Victoria is a smart cookie. And strong. And scary.
Beef and brains.
Mm-hmm. 2.
How do I not have any dots in investigation? God damn.
4. I don't know. I've given you so many XP to level up with, Galen.
He put them in arson, okay?
I put them in other things. Yeah, other than investigation, it would seem.
It's always because Huddy's always making us fight stuff, and now we've gone 2 episodes and we're not fighting anything. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm used to being useless in combat, so I tried to remedy that, and then...
What were you?
Whoops.
Hunter? Yeah, whoops. And Huddy switches up the whole deal. It's not fair. Are you rolling, Hunter?
Sorry, I thought you meant the other group.
No. Everybody.
so-
Everybody as y'all converge. Ooh. Just 2. Astrid and Victoria, you notice that everyone seems pretty happy. They seem pretty excited. They look like they are really ready to have a good time. They are chatting each other up sort of excitedly. They are making themselves very comfortable on this boat. There aren't that many people here, maybe 10. Astrid, of whom you recognize most of them. And they just seem to be chilling, hanging out. The wheels in Laura's head are hilarious to watch.
My face is real loud. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
So much for blending in, I suppose. She'll actually say this. She just mentions to Hunter, goes like, so much for blending in over here. There's not a lot of people.
We were supposed to blend in?
No, you're fine. It's all good.
Okay, good.
Just a meeting, I suppose.
You got any clock on where your Sai might be?
You do not see him, Astrid.
No. Which is a little bit worrying. I'll go ask. Why don't I go ask?
I love you, Josh.
Okay.
Yeah, do we recognize any of the people here? Are these like the Camarilla's least favorite people all on one boat or something?
These like just the friends that don't. These people that are gathered here generally like Dean.
Yes. You see 2 people who you know genuinely like Dean. You see a Nosferatu who wears a cherub mask named Olivia. You know that they are a confidant of Dean's in some sort of intimate way. And there is another woman who is a big fan of, in general, the Camarilla, in general, Elysium. She's wearing a tangerine dress, and you see she's getting up on stage, getting ready to sing, but she keeps getting up on stage and getting back down, getting up on stage, get back down, as if she's waiting for more people to arrive. And as soon as she sees all of you, she counts the room very quickly, and she goes, okay, well, that's enough. Her name is Clover. You would know that. And she's wearing this very shiny tangerine dress. And can everyone roll me composure and resolve, please?
Three successes for me.
Mm-hmm.
7.
7. All right. 4. Mm-hmm. 4. Mm-hmm.
7 with a crit.
7 with a crit. I think that's everybody, right?
Did I read yours?
I got a lot of dice. Shit.
That should be everybody. Anthony, Astrid and Galen. As this woman comes up on stage, she starts singing a very lovely tune. It's sort of a jazzy version of Chandelier by Sia. It's very slowed down, sort of done more in like the 1920s style. And everyone around, including yourselves, start feeling very much at ease. You start feeling like this is a performance. This is something you gotta see. And all three of you unconsciously start walking away from your coterie and walking over to the stage. And you see other people gathered here are starting to walk over to the stage. You get a closer view of this woman performing. Victoria and Hunter, you do not feel this compulsion, but you do recognize that this voice is very soothing, melodic, and nice. It's very enchanting. But Astrid, Anthony, and Galen, you're completely enchanted by it. You think that, she hangs the moon, so to speak.
I'm assuming we would notice the fact that the rest of our coterie has just beelined.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Anthony, Astrid lets go of you, Hunter, and just sort of wanders off, almost very zombie-like. It doesn't seem to be malicious.
This appears to be a standard fare. Last time there was a guy with a violin did the same thing. Pain in the ass.
So they're going to have a hard time paying attention.
Yeah, we need to be on tippy toes.
Perfect.
You know which way the Josh has forgotten the word for the cockpit of a boat.
The helm?
The helm?
The helm.
Bridge?
The bridge?
I want to go to the Hunter is already drunk and he's going, where's the cockpit?
Where's the cockpit?
You got any more of these cocktails?
Okay, so Hunter wants to go to the helm. Victoria, do you want to go with Hunter? Do you want to stay and watch? I mean, Galen's looking at Clover like no offense intended, never looked at you. It's very moon eyes, puppy eyes. Astrid too, and Anthony.
It's also not real,
They think she's
so
great.
I think I am smart enough to know that it is an enchantment. God damn
And
it.
sexy enough not to care.
It's sexy enough not to care. I don't want one of us splitting off alone. I also don't want to leave those three alone when they are not in their right minds. Do you think you'll be alright by yourself?
Yeah. I just want to make sure this isn't a distraction for something else.
I will keep an eye out and make sure they don't get tempted to, I don't know, walk off the side of the boat or something.
Wouldn't be the worst thing that's happened to them on a boat.
There.
So, Hunter, you head off to search for the helm to see if anything is there, anything suspicious. Anthony, Astrid, and Galen, Clover is serenading you all. And she holds her hand out to you, Galen, and wants to pull you up onto the stage.
I don't want to draw too much attention to myself here.
I will allow you to roll a willpower roll to resist her desire.
Okay, let's try it.
It has to be significant. Nope. Okay. So there's no resistance here, Galen. You absolutely want to get on stage with her. You're going to get serenaded to personally. That's amazing. Her voice is so beautiful. The performance is so incredible. And she pulls you up on stage and she starts singing, has the microphone right up against you. She starts leaning against you, puts your hands around her waist. So she's dancing. And Anthony and Astrid, you think this is great. This is so awesome. And you're a little bit jealous. You think this is so much fun. Victoria, while you are watching this, I assume you don't make any, or do you make any displays to stop this?
No, because that would be suspicious, but he's gonna catch hell for this later.
Because it's totally his fault. Someone comes up to you. 4 dice, please. Oh yes, we're gonna just keep doing this. Just wait. Just wait till you're down to 1 dice. 3 successes. Someone comes up to you. You recognize. He came with you. He came to the Grand Strand with your sire 20 some odd years ago. One of the many gangrel, along with Isaiah, came with you. Nolan. And he sees you and he says, Victoria, it has been a really long time.
It does.
What are you doing here? You haven't been Camarilla for decades.
I am keeping an eye out.
For what?
Trouble?
Yeah. What the hell is all this about, do you know? If anyone would know, you would. I mean, you used to be our Archon.
I did. I have heard some disturbing rumors about the intentions of the prince. I would just like to see if those rumors are unfounded or not.
Are you going to destroy the ivory tower? Is that what you're here for? I know you, Victoria. We all defected. We all turned Anarch. I turned back, and you didn't. I know you. Is that what you're planning to do here?
What makes you think one person is powerful enough to do something like that?
I know you, Victoria. Hunter, you've sort of snuck your way through the ship. You've head to the helm. It's not a big ship. You didn't go down into the interior. You're still on the deck. The helm portion is up on top of the deck, just sort of dug a little bit below. So it's just a short step down. And you do see 2 people in there. They both turn around, look at you. They don't look like captains. They aren't dressed like captains. They are dressed in nice clothes. Nah, Target clothes, but nice. And they both look at you. Party is that way.
I'm so tempted to say this. I'm the captain now, but I'm not. So, do they look like security guards?
No.
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 Oh.
Wits and insight.
That is a messy crit.
A
4, 5,
messy
6.
critical. All right. This isn't going to go very well.
They don't taste like security guards.
This is going to go very well. So, Hunter, you look at them, and they tell you to go back to the party or point you in the direction of the party, and you notice, they're wearing alchemical symbols and jewelry on them. They're wearing, her Order of Hermes necklace and some other occult symbolism on their jewelry, and you immediately can clock them as Tremere. And this isn't what you're supposed to be doing, right? You're dealing with the Sabbat. You've been the only ones dealing with the Sabbat. The Camarilla have been basically useless. They turned their back on you. And now you have to deal with the problem created by the Camarilla by giving the Camarilla prince over to some werewolves. This is absolutely not what you want to be doing. And you're not even on your own boat. You haven't even gotten to take your own boat out. So, Hunter, I will let you decide whether you grab one to toss overboard or bite into the neck of one. With that many successes, you will succeed either way. Or if you would like to suggest something equally as angry.
I think either way, at this point, I'm going to use Daunt.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think one of them has to go overboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you instruct the Thin Bloods to pick up anybody who falls overboard? Just out of curiosity. Or are they waiting for a signal from you?
I think that they'd be waiting for a signal.
All right.
But they'd probably see this. Whatever they do is up to them.
Manipulation and your level of presence for Dawn. Because these are kindred. These are not
Yes.
mortals.
Um,
Everything's blowing up. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
They're isolated in the helm. No one will see it.
I am going to rouse because I want.
And you get hungrier. At 2 hunger now.
That is 5.
5 to 4. You successfully intimidate both of them. But what would you like to do to them? You're intimidating them, but what would you like to do to them?
I'm going to grab one of them by a scruff and bang his head on the railing on the edge. And so the other one, I'm going to grab him by the tie and be like, tell me what is going on this boat now.
The one that you grabbed and you're holding him down and holding onto this person by the neck, he looks at you and he says, Prince has got a show. Prince is going to give a show. He's going to give a show.
Of what?
It's a ritual. He's going to do a ritual. It's going to be a show.
Thank you. And that's when the other guy goes over the edge.
So which one? The one who was banged down or the one you had by the neck? Or by
The guy I have by the tie I'm looking at, the other guy...
Okay, that one goes overboard. This one you're holding on to. Back in the ballroom, or main room, Clover stops singing, and Galen, she plants a big fat kiss on you, and she says, why, thank you, darling, for being my singing partner. That was so very nice. Did you like my singing?
It was amazing.
Well, thank you. You can go now.
I will go. I'm gonna try to rendezvous with the rest of the party. What's going on?
Astrid and
Guys,
Anthony.
I just had a great time. I was right. You guys were right. I should come to Elysium more often.
Anthony and Astrid, you're feeling the same way. You feel very sad. You feel very disappointed that she's not singing anymore. Like, why did it have to end? Why didn't you get pulled up on stage? It's a very feeling left in you that, it's like a hole left in you. She leaves behind.
I haven't heard that song sang so soulfully ever. That's odd and compelling.
Anthony, you would really like to taste her blood. That's all you can think about.
Anthony having a normal one as always.
I will approach her.
She's sort of readjusting her microphone and sort of tuning some of the things in there as if it's not quite right. Well, hello.
That was quite a stunning performance there.
Thank you.
I haven't seen you around in town before. Are you new to the area?
Well, I am. I haven't seen you around town either.
I usually don't come to these kind of gatherings, but I'm very glad I did tonight.
Well, I'm glad you did too. I hope you'll stick around for my next set.
Of course, I will.
Do you have a song that you'd like me to sing to you?
Before I answer that, Storyteller, using Sense to Beast, would that be obvious to her?
No.
I will do so then for that. Well, that is a critical success. That's 5 successes.
That's a messy critical.
That's a messy critical. Oh boy.
So, no trip to Elysium for us. So, as she's talking, she's like, well, I know a lot of songs. I know modern songs, and I know some older songs, and I have quite the repertoire. She's talking, and everything she's saying is so beautiful. Even the way she speaks is melodic and enchanting and seductive, and you can't help it, and you lean in, and you're going to chomp into her neck. Galen and Astrid, you can see this. I will allow you, if you are fast, to block him, stop him, do anything that you can to not draw attention to it. Victoria, you're in conversation sort of away from this, so I'm sorry you can't help them. And Hunter's a little busy doing his own nonsense.
Can I try to spill just like a drink or something? I mean, well, we're kindred, so we don't drink like that. But god damn it! Wait, I couldn't do shit.
TikTok.
I'm gonna just try to be. I'm gonna try to swoop in and get his attention somehow. Just draw him away from her.
And I'll go to her
because I'm just as tasty as she is to him, probably. But, you know.
So, are you intending to do something to entice Anthony to want your blood instead? Is that what you're saying?
Never mind. He can eat her. That's fine.
I'll swoop in there. That's okay.
What is your intention?
I just literally step in front of him, in between, and bodily push him away.
You have to make a roll for that. You're gonna have to make a roll for that. There's not going to be a way to do that. So before we can go further than that, if you want to try and push them apart, you need to do a roll because you don't think you have any disciplines that can.
No, this is really bad. I'm not very strong.
No. Strength of roll. Galen, instead of doing anything crazy, you can go get Victoria. You can be real quick. You can run after and get Victoria. Okay. So Astrid, roll me strength and roll.
Oh boy, my favorite.
Yeah, you might want to rouse.
Do I roll against that or?
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna see what she rolls. Then I'll let you. Victoria, you're in conversation with Nolan, and Galen comes storming over to you real fast. He's almost running, but trying to do it surreptitious running. You may
speed walking as hard as I can. Victoria, to need your help with Anthony.
But excuse me to Nolan, and I will follow.
What'd you roll, Astrid? 2 successes. Okay.
So just to explain, I'm trying to get in there as if I'm trying to get her attention to be like, I'm the child of the prince, talk to me, kind of.
Yeah. Right now she's in the she's in the throes of the kiss, and that's not really going to help. So, Anthony, if you'd like to try, and if you 2 successes, you can try and roll me a strength and athletics in order to stay attached to her.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
And you're gonna beat that 2 roll unless you roll real bad.
There we go.
Trying.
Oh, well, that is a really bad roll.
That is a really bad roll. Excellent. So, pulls you off. Anthony, you may remove one dot of hunger. And you have a 1-point blood bond to Clover.
Nice.
Sweet. The daughter of Cacophony here. And Victoria, you arrive just as you see Astrid pull apart Anthony and this woman who was singing, and you probably don't feel that bad for her. And she seems very startled. Well, if you just wanted to have a snack, you could have just told me.
Oh, I think now it's not the time, with all due respect.
Well, he sort of took it without permission, and I think I'm owed something for that. Not that it didn't feel nice or anything.
I think, and I look at him maybe you guys should talk about that after whatever the prince is planning.
I think so. I think for that maybe you owe me a boon. Tell me, did I taste divine? I've always wondered.
I've never tasted anything sweeter than that.
Well, then consider that my boon. That just made my whole night.
It's very nice.
If you want to continue this, here's my card.
Smile.
It has a number on it and a 4-leaf clover.
Wonderful.
Now, did you have a request? I am multi-talented.
Do you You know any Whitney Houston songs?
Of course I do.
And any of them will do.
You got it. But get off my stage. Meanwhile, Hunter, you have someone in interrogation while your coterie is doing who knows what. And you have him intimidated. He's looking up at you and he's very fearful. But that doesn't mean he is not going to act. Intelligence and resolve, please.
Oh, no. 4.
A messy critical success. Okay. So, for a total of 5.
Wow.
He looks at you and he says, "You're gonna follow me."
Damn right, I'm gonna follow you.
Fuck.
And he rips his necktie out of your grip. It rips the actual fabric. And he puts his hand on your shoulder and starts leading you out of the helm, down the stairs into the actual bowels of the ship.
When he does that, I'm just gonna say, "Don't touch me." I don't know how scared of me he is.
Scared enough that he would let go of you. Unfortunately, this is sort of a contest of wills here. And he leads you down and opens a door and pushes you into the room. And hear him lock it, turn something, spins. Do you attempt to break out? Do you attempt to look at the room? What do you attempt to do?
The first thing I do is look around quickly and then get out my phone and text Anthony.
The very first thing that you see in this room is a young woman. She looks to be unconscious. She is chained to the wall. And she's got her arms up on these chains and hanging her head down low. You think that she's unconscious.
Does she smell like a werewolf?
I don't know if you would... Do you have heightened senses or anything like that?
I have-
Sense? Do you have sense the beast?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
And shall I roll that to like confirm
Yes.
my thing? Yeah, let's do it. 3.
Yes, she does smell like a werewolf. You also... You also smell burning. Smell of something burning. You think that her arms are being held by silver-laced chains. So she has this massive amount of burning. But it's strange. The silver isn't... If you look at the chains, they gleam and glow. It's not natural silver. It's something that's been done to these chains. And you don't have any sort of heightened senses or anything like that where you can do anything of that nature. Okay, so really more than that you wouldn't know. But the chains that she's wearing are enhanced in some way, some magical way.
Okay. Yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is text Anthony that I am down in the brig, found...
There's absolutely no cell phone reception here. You think this boat it made out of lead or some other type of material that humans absolutely could not be around. Your phone flickers. It goes off and on and off and on.
Okay, yeah. Hunter's going to start just looking for any way to get out.
I'll let you try and bang on the door. Try and break it open.
I don't really rate my strength, so I'm not going to bang on things unless they look breakable. And I'm assuming it's a big metal door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to look at things to fiddle with, like the chains or something else. I don't know.
All right. You can roll me a wits investigation in the room. Upstairs, all of you have recovered Anthony from feeding on Clover. And you notice Hunter hasn't come back. It's been quite a while. He went off to the helm, as Victoria knows, but he hasn't come back.
Sorry about that.
Shit. He was just supposed to go and look, and I don't like the fact that he is not back yet. So, I think it might be time to go looking ourselves.
All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Figure we could do a casual wander. We're exploring the boat. I don't know. Oh my god.
Okay.
Everything went so wrong so quickly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
before we end this session, which is coming to an end very quickly, I need those who are not captured to roll either wits awareness or wits investigation to find out if you're going to find Hunter or if something else is going to happen. But while we do that, Hunter, in this room, you rolled me a total of 5 successes for trying to find something. The only thing that you can really find in this room, you can't find any other way out of this room. There's no porthole in this room. There's no jam so you can get the lock open. There's nothing electronic in this room. And you think that this room and maybe this boat was built for something really specific, something like doing something to this werewolf and keeping anybody from contacting anyone while it's being done. And you do notice that there are some drippings on this woman, on her shirt. She's wearing a plaid shirt that's open and sort of like a athletics wear bra, and it's like little bits of like greenish, yellowish fluid that have spilled down onto her shirt. And you examine her neck. You don't want to get that close, but you examine her neck and she has puncture wounds. Puncture wounds that look like she's been punctured again and again and again with something. And first she sniffs and she looks up at you and she says, "So what are you leeches going to do to me? Why don't you just kill me instead of playing your little games?"
For once this evening, games are not on my menu. I'm gonna get you out of here.
You're going to help me.
Yeah, I'm not with the ones that you hate. I'm helping someone else.
I hate all of you. And she starts pulling on the chains against the wall. And she starts lunging forward towards you. The chains, however, do not come undone. And instead, she winces back as the silver burns her further. I hate all of you.
Well, that's fine. I hate most of us most of the time, too. You ever heard of the allegory of the lion with the sting in its paw?
Remind me.
Consider me a friendly mouse, willing to pull that out of your foot and save you from the pain.
If you unleash me from these chains, I will kill every living, unliving soul on this boat.
Okay, plan B. I sit down and I wait. But I will take a good look and see if there's any way I can get her out of the chains if I decide to, but I'm not doing it up close.
How many successes did you roll for wits investigation?
5.
You don't have any sense the unseen or anything of that nature?
No, it's ultra bullshit.
Yeah.
If I don't see anything that's practical, then I'm just going to assume it's Tremere bullshit.
You don't see anything practical outside of attempting to pull the chains out yourself.
I'm not that strong.
But she's a werewolf. She is not in the scary form that you've seen them go into, but she's not pulling it out and she's not changing, which is odd.
Maybe I'll get a bit closer then.
Mm-hmm.
I will examine them by touching them. Like, if she punches me, I guess I deserved it.
You're gonna touch the chains?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Take a point of aggravated willpower damage. Aggravated physical damage.
Okay.
It burns instantly as you touch it. Searing pain in your hand.
Okay.
They smeared All of them, their blood's on these chains. They put their blood in my mouth. They put something else in my neck. What are they going to do to me?
Oh, just chain your soul to the leader of a bunch of assholes. I'm like looking for any source of the acid.
We'll get right to that. What did everyone roll?
4.
3, 4.
Sorry, Blackfoot, we were rolling. I was too invested in what was going on.
Sorry. It's fine. With 4 successes, you are able to sort of figure out, especially you, Victoria, because you have heightened senses, you can sort of smell Hunter. Hunter wears a very particular cologne and things like that. And you start following him. Victoria acting like sort of a bloodhound. She's able to smell and lead. And yes, you do see a door. The smell sort of stops at that door. There is no window here, so you can't tell if he's inside for sure. What did you roll, Hunter?
Oh, sorry. What did you want me to roll?
Oh, I'm sorry. You asked me where the acid was coming from?
Yes.
Yes. As you're investigating, you step on, crunch under a needle, a syringe. And here, Victoria, you can smell Hunter beyond this door. Do you alert him that you're here? Or do you rip the door off?
I'll do like 2 quick like bang bangs.
Hunter, you hear that, of course?
No, we don't want any.
Yep, that's him. I will break the door.
You will rip the door off. Strength and brawl.
I will break door.
Depending on how many you roll, you'll rip the door entirely off or just break the contraption.
I'm not trying to like yoink whole thing. I'm just,
I know what you're not trying to do.
There's a hallway, right? Going side by side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cover one end of the hallway, the end we came down, with my gun, and then I'm going to maybe, elbow either Astrid or Anthony, whoever's closest, just cover the other end. Because now things are getting,
It was going so well.
I literally have to roll all of my dice for
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Tori is a 9th generation grandchild of Justicar Xavier. Yeah. Been alive for 200 some odd years.
Yeah, it's 8 with a crit.
So you are going to rip that door. So, Galen, you're like, Anthony, cover that hallway, and I'll cover this hallway. And all 3 of you hear this horrific sound of metal ripping out of the very base. And Victoria pulls the entire door off of its hinges and casts it aside. It sounds horrific. Hunter, it sounds horrible. You have to cover your ears for that. It's terrible. And you see Victoria standing there. And Victoria's about, 5'2". She's a very small, diminutive person.
That was a bit more extreme than what I was going for.
I am not complaining.
Hello, dear.
Everyone, meet my friend. Sorry, what was your name?
She looks at all of you. Julia Flores.
Oh, Julia, we're here to help you.
Flores, 1, 2, 3. Anthony, Galen, Hunter. You know that last name. That's Ramon's last name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Fuck.
And of course, all of you see a young woman chained to a wall. You see Hunter has a big burn on his hand. You don't really know what's happening here.
Can sense the unseen pick up anything on the chains?
Boy, it sure can.
Boy, howdy.
Anyone who has it, wits and auspex, please. But and Galen, you won't bleed for this because it's a free action.
Hell yeah.
Anthony, you can use sense the beast, sense that she's a werewolf.
That's a great roll.
I will assume
3 successes.
should roll that just for the heck of it.
3.
But you don't have to rouse for this one.
No, I got 4 successes. So.
Yeah, there's no rouse for this, Astrid. 4 successes. Ooh, it's a little higher than Hunter's. 4 successes, Anthony. You pick up something really weird about her. She's a werewolf. Ooh, that lupine spirit is frightening, scary. Your beast almost recoils inside of you. But there's something else in there, something familiar. Something kindred.
That is not good.
Yes, Astrid, Victoria, and Galen, all of you can see all along these chains is runes, magical. There it is, has kindred wards on it. It has lupine wards on it. It has all sorts of wards on these chains to prevent anyone from touching them. Ghoul wards, mortal wards. No one can touch them except whoever it is that created them. And with Sense the Unseen, all three of you, when you look at her, you can see something running through her veins, some strange yellow-colored liquid, yellow-greenish liquid. It almost glows out at you.
Who else is seeing this? Whatever it is that has been.
I see it. What happened to you? I look at the bones. Please, can you describe what happened?
They injected me with liquid, poured blood into my mouth, poured blood on the chains. I can't change my body. I can't change my form. I can't call to my. It doesn't. Not supposed to talk about these things with you.
We've already spoken with your pack.
What?
Working on getting you out.
Say it again.
We are here to rescue you.
You spoke with
Made
my
a deal
pack. Who
with
have
your
you spoken
pack.
with?
Hunter, who'd you text?
Jan.
He's not in my pack. He's my uncle.
Oh, I don't know all that much about how your guys' society works, but we spoke with your uncle. We're here to rescue you. Now, we're going to try to get these chains off.
Well, that's... I take my ritual knife out and I'm just... Is there a way to scrape this off? Do anything to
Why,
it?
yes, there is. As long as you can see it. Yes, and Astrid, as a Tremere, you would know which rituals to scratch off.
Hell yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I need
Oh,
a
dear.
dexterity, or let's do dexterity. Yes, we'll need a dexterity and composure roll from you to see if you do this in quick enough time. Everyone else, I assume, is watching the door.
Yeah.
It's 4 successes. 4 successes. The runes are off, and Julia looks up at her own wrist. She says, "Doesn't burn. It stopped burning."
Good, okay. Let me keep focusing on this. Anything else I can think of?
Ripping the chains out.
Okay, Victoria,
See,
would you mind, just ripping this off? I think they're safe to touch now. They should be. Can you just pull them off?
if I put my hand on it, do I get burned?
No.
Okay.
Hunter's like, God, I should have just waited.
I will look at Julia and in Spanish, say, I understand the hostility between our kinds, but we have a common goal tonight. Can you work with us?
She looks at you very long time before answering, and you can tell that she doesn't want to say yes. She does not want to say yes, but she does say yes.
I'll show. I'm sure somewhere I've got knowledge of how to make my eyes look like a wolf.
Sure, I'll allow that with Eyes of the Beast, yeah.
Yeah. I'll flash that and just nod to her and...
One more.
Let me get all of my goddamn dice.
And as you roll that, Anthony, Hunter, and Galen, who are not doing things involving Julia, all of you can hear footsteps coming down the hallway. Rapid, multiple, coming right in your direction.
If we catch him in the hallway,
yeah.
that'll give us the element of surprise.
I look at the others, and I look down at my stomach.
Hold on to that thought.
It's like these fuckers.
Victoria, what did you roll?
That's 9 with a crit.
Oh!
It's a regular crit? Mm-hmm. And as you pull those chains out, all of you see, or the ones who are currently not involving with Julia, the hallway appears Dean with 3 Tremere at his back. And Anthony, would you like to throw that?
I would like to throw that.
And as Anthony rolls the grenade into the hallway, that is where we are going to end Session 5, Danse Macabre, for this evening. Thank you, everyone.